take it to another level. So that's where, you know, really writing and learning how to be a solo artist came into play. And then you see me years later, like, just manifested and just taking it to another level.
How many projects have you put out?
Man, I've done like 10 projects.
Wow.
Yeah, since, I mean, I've been writing, but I put out my first project in 2000. It was the EP, 8 songs. Then I came back out there with a 5-song, kind of another EP. Dropped 5 mixtapes on the circuit. 2 more albums after that, you know, and then now the Frankie D and GAMBIZI album. So just you know, just trying to figure out where the industry is going and how to stay pertinent. You know, when people don't know you, it's like giving them a flyer. So you know, that flyer is just every day you see somebody flyer, on the 10th flyer, you're gonna try to take a look at them.
Right.
So that's what CDs was to me. I like, you know what, I'm just keep putting them out because eventually they're gonna pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Let them see my catalog after a while, and you know, in my respect with them, because I know it's like even with Dre Dog. You know, we knew Dre Dog from way back in the day, seeing him, you know, seeing things happen. He putting out music, and now it's just he's just really, you know, he's been manifesting, but he's manifesting now.
Yeah.
And that's after years of putting out music, and that's how the West Coast, that's how the Bay Area is in some certain ways. You know, they want to know how long you've been around, how long you've been doing it. Yeah, you was cool this time, but what else you have? You know, what's your consistency? And so, you know, I always learn in the industry, and watching the industry, I see a lot of people have features and all that. I didn't like all that compilation stuff, you know what I'm saying, throwing a million people on your album. I wanted to show the world that, you know, you can hold it down yourself. So that was always my goal, to like, not really trying to get on the features. I just want to do me, push me. Sometimes you need them though.
You mentioned the Bay Area, and you know, the game out here hasn't always been something that has brought the Bay closer together, but more so separated a lot of artists in different areas. You know, there's a lot of situations where, in ways where artists can help each other out, they kind of make it more difficult for one another out here, whereas it is in maybe New York and Atlanta and things like that. How do you really feel about the Bay Area music scene?
Bay Area music scene is the Bay Area music scene. It's different. You know, the one thing I always was upset about is that when you go into the industry and you try to get in, they want to know what you're doing back home. Back home doesn't always support back home. So when we come to a label and like, you know what, this is what we have, and they like, well, what are you doing back there? And you like, well, you already know. It's catch-22. You already know that they not supporting us. They have y'all buying up the station, so we can't even really get in rotation. So the Bay Area music has always been like, it's always been something that everybody was curious about, but it's always been something that people take pieces of. They'll take pieces of our music and go do it and put it in their own log. You know, we are always everywhere. We are everywhere. We're all coast to coast. You know what I'm saying? You can find us everywhere, but people don't give us the props that we deserve. And when I see producers or people producing music for people overseas, you know, on the East Coast or other places, it's like a lot of people have that, they open up that avenue for other people to get in, but they don't give them that platform. For example, when I say that, it's like if you produced a hot record for somebody, you need to put another feature on there. Like give somebody from the Bay an opportunity to get on. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I produce for 50 Cent, all right, 50, I'm gonna produce this track for you, but I'm gonna need a Bay artist, somebody else to get on that track. You know what I'm saying? So we can do this together, because we got to bring our coast out too. It's like a lot of people take that money and just like, okay, right on, pay me and I'm gone. You know what I'm saying? And that's not how you do it. You know, I don't know everybody's situation, but from the outside looking in, that's what it looks like sometimes. And so, you know, when you look at the other Bay Area rappers, there is internal beef amongst each other. If everybody is here trying to get somewhere, and everybody is not trying to help each other get somewhere. If you're not part of the crew, then you know what I'm saying, you're not part of the crew. And that mentality is like, it's a game. And my cousin always told me, he was like, shout out to my cousin Shay, he was like, you gotta utilize people for certain things. You know what I'm saying? I was always somebody who would help somebody and want to be a part of it. So he was like, you know what? There's certain people that's utilized for certain things, man. You gotta use this person for this, use this person for this, use this person for this. Not in a bad way, But these certain players of the game that you got to play the pawns and chess of the game. You know what I'm saying? And so I really paid attention to that. And you can tell when somebody don't care about you. You can tell when you just paying somebody to do something for you and they like, oh yeah, right on, and you know what I'm saying, but don't give you a holler or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, you gotta, as an artist or whoever you are, you gotta like really stay in touch with yourself. And then really when the situation is not working out, you gotta step. You gotta go, you gotta move up. Sometimes you gotta move to the side to move up. But you gotta make do what's best for you. And or sometimes you gotta humble yourself. I'm gonna ride a wave, you know what I'm saying? Until I can get something better.
So what do you think sets you apart from other artists?
I think my musical choices, so to speak. I think I choose the right music that sometimes, it could be sometimes more mainstream sometimes, and a lot of people in the Bay may not understand it because they may, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people are on that, they could be, when the hype move was, and everybody was on the hype move, everybody was on certain things. And I'm different because I really think outside the box. That's just me. When you listen to my music is not just one-sided. I travel, I've been around, you know what I'm saying? So I've been to different countries and been and seen different things. So I add all that into my music. And I add my Spanish influences, I add my block influences, and I add my pop culture influences because I feel I know what the people want to hear, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, with this album too, I think it's not above anything. It's not above what people are ready to hear. It's what people need to hear. And if it was on the industry level, you're already signed by a label, it'll already be, you know what I'm saying, on another somewhere else. So right now it's just I'm showing that I can make good music because that's always what the drive has been, to make good music. So when everybody listens to you, it's like every time they know they're gonna get a solid album, they're gonna get something good, and they can take that and be like, you know what, I'm getting my money's worth. And sometimes you got to build when you build that rapport, you get loyal.